Good morning, friends. Welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Yes, I said good morning because it's about 7:30 in the morning here. And today we're going to do some real life gardening, right? I really try to show you not only my beautiful successes, but also my messes, because that's real life, y'all, right? We all are busy people and there's no way you could ever have the perfect garden all the time. So today I am going to just put my guard down. I'm going to show you the mess that I have, but it may be a mess. We're going to address it and we're going to correct it, and all will be well in just a few short hours. So what in the world am I talking about? Well, behind me here we have the cottage garden, right? And then above the cottage garden we have the garden boxes. So these are 5 raised boxes that we grow, whether it's herbs or flowers or vegetables, what have you, up here. So down here, cottage garden down here, garden boxes up there. Beyond that is Hydrangea Hill, and then of course you can see the chicken coop up there. Y'all, this is just a mess. It has been completely neglected for months now. And while there are some beautiful successes in here, right? The zinnias are doing great. The caladiums are doing great. We also have tons of weeds. So the weeds have just had a great time here this summer. You can see where Jerry has sprayed those for me. We're gonna get those pulled out. We've got one garden box that was never even planted. It is covered in weeds. We're gonna get that weeded. I hope to get some seeds in here as well, whether that is some late summer, fall crops or flowers, what have you. But look at these. Look at these zinnia plants. I started these as seeds in the house this winter. This is the flower bed, for those of you that are wondering. This is the bed that has the daughter weed in it. So I preened the heck out of it. Obviously you can see that it's not working as well now, so I need to reapply it because I do have weeds down there. But I was able to plant the zinnias in here because they were already plants and established. The daughter has not resurfaced. Using that preen has helped. So we'll get this weeded and get some preen down on that so we don't have that daughter. But my gosh, y'all, I love these zinnias. The Benary's Giant Mix is my absolute favorite because they are nice, big, beautiful zinnias. And these are doing really well. They don't have any powdery mildew and just doing great. I know they are floppy and turned over. I don't really care, y'all, because they're filling in this bed and they look beautiful. The next bed is really herbs. There's not much to do here, just a little bit of weeding that we'll take care of. The big eyesore is right here. Yeah, so the tomatoes, let's see, these 2 tomatoes right here were volunteers from last year because they were heirlooms. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull those out because they're just a mess. This one clearly never got caged, and they just look terrible, right? So we're just gonna get those out. The one, I think we're gonna leave the big one, because I mean, my gosh, y'all, look at these big, beautiful, tomatoes on it that are about to just pop. These are Brandywines, heirloom tomatoes, but I think maybe we'll pull the one out in the back. I don't know, y'all. We're just gonna clean this up because I just cannot handle this. The mess is driving me insane. And then over here in this flower bed, we have an Amazel basil that of course we're gonna leave because I do adore that plant. We've got some branching sunflowers that I planted from seed just directly into the flower beds. They're doing well. I know they're on the end. We still have some beautiful flowers in there, but we also have ones that are right. I mean, they're clearly done, but the yellow finches have had the most fun coming over here and having field days in these sunflowers. So we're gonna leave them at least for a little while longer. So those are gonna stay. What is gonna come out? Oh my gosh, the ground cherries. I started these from seed based off of a neighbor who said that they loved them. I'm just gonna be honest, y'all. I tasted them multiple times, different times, trying to think, okay, does it taste differently, you know, this time or that time? They're just not my favorite. Like, I don't enjoy the flavor of them. So there's only, excuse me, I think there's only 2 plants in here. We're gonna pull them out because they are dropping cherries cherry tomatoes like crazy, which is what they're supposed to. but I don't want 10,000 of these plants next year. So we're gonna try to clean these up as best as we can. Get all, that's why they're called ground cherries, because they drop. So you see all those down there on the ground. Try to clean those up as much as we can. I know we'll have some volunteers next year, but hopefully we can limit it. And then my cucumbers. Oh my word, y'all. Cucumbers are kind of like an avocado. You ever experienced that when you grow cucumbers? It's like you're growing cucumbers and they're little and you're like, oh, I'm gonna wait one more day. And then either you forget about it or you come back and they're just like massive. They're like baseball bats. Kind of like an avocado when you try, like you squeeze it, it's not ready, and then like, oh, it's ready, and then you missed it. Same thing with the cucumbers. We're gonna rip out the cucumber plants. I'm probably gonna leave the trellis because maybe I'll do something else there that needs trellising. So we'll just leave that there. So basically what we're gonna do is just clean up this mess. I mean, I can't handle it. I just can't do it. I can't handle it. So I do want to show you just a quick little update while we're standing right here. Remember a couple of weeks ago, a month or so ago, I showed you how that you can prune back your Amsonia and your Baptisia. And it was pretty severe and they looked pretty bad. I wanted to give you a little update on that. So here we go. There's that Amsonia. See? It has filled out back nicely. It is not floppy. We still have beautiful bright foliage up there at the top that's new, but everybody's nice and well behaved. Remember, it was really flopping over here, completely kind of taking over this daylily. It is doing well. And then of course that lemon meringue Baptisia back there in the back. It too has reflushed. They will not bloom again, but they're just putting on new foliage and it looks really nice and neat and tidy. So we are clearly out here early in the morning because I'm trying to beat the sun. Is peeking up behind the crepe myrtle. It will eventually hit here. So I am going to get all of my tools, all of my gear, all of everything that I need. And basically what I'm gonna do is just set the camera up and I'm gonna go to work. So nothing special, nothing fancy. I see a weed, I pull it. Once I get everything kind of cleaned up and tidy, that is gonna take the vast majority of my time this morning, is getting it all cleaned out. Then I'll meet you back here and kind of give you an overview, what I decided to keep, what I decided to get rid of, and then let's talk about some seeds that I can plant for fall, late summer, and just kind of fill in this area and make it even prettier this fall. All right, so the hard part of today's project is complete. Took me about an hour and a half to do it, which is not so bad. The very far end is still in the shade, so I have not been in the sun at all. Work smarter, not harder. Get out here early and work in the way that the sun is coming so that you can stay in the shade. So much better to do it that way. So let me show you what I have done because it has made a massive improvement, and Johnny is absolutely full of debris that will be added to the compost pile. So here we have, right, I mean, look at that. All the cucumbers are gone, the weeds are gone. Went ahead and kind of cleaned up the limbs on the sunflowers so that way, you know, it just looks better, right? These are branching sunflowers. I get all of my seeds from Johnny's Select Seeds, the vast majority of them, I should say. And I have not cut any of these sunflowers. That was the plan, was to cut them, but my gosh, y'all, they're so pretty up here, and the pollinators are so happy. I mean, look at that bumblebee. Could care less that I've got a camera right up on his backside. And then, of course, with the yellow finches coming in and having a field day with them, makes me quite happy. Once these are completely done and the birds are done with them, then I will go ahead and pull those out and maybe put something there. You might notice that the basil is a little lopsided. It's one-sided. That is because, of course, those ground cherries were growing all up in it. And then same thing with the marigolds. I'm really hoping that they will go ahead and flush out now that they get sun all the way around them. These are my absolute favorite marigolds. These are ones that I started from seed. This is the Durango Outback Mix, and I love them because they do have, I mean, obviously the colors are mixed. Some of them are bicolors, but you get that beautiful yellow and orange and then a bicolor. And these for me will go for, oh my gosh, well into November. So I'm hoping again, like I said, since the sun can get all around them, that they will just take off and be very happy. There was a couple of tomatoes plants in here that we got rid of. Again, cleaned up those, you know, the dead things off of the tomatoes, the dead stems. Got some really big, beautiful ones right there. You will notice that this cage is still here, even though there is not a tomato in there, because this is Matt's Wild Cherry. And oh my gosh, y'all, this is my first year growing them. One, they are massively prolific. Two, they are absolutely delicious, sweet, just like candy. So you can see old Matt, he's growing on the other trellis. So I just left that there because this trellis is obviously way too short for it. So I'm just gonna leave that one there so that way it can support everybody. Peppers are doing well. Got some jalapenos. This poor little guy is so tiny. That's because, again, tomato plant was just overshadowing it. So maybe it'll be able to take off. I didn't do really anything to the herb bed, just took the weeds out. Same thing with the zinnias. I did go ahead and deadhead them. Benary's Giant Mix. Y'all, look at that. Is that just not beautiful? I love these, love zinnias, and they are just fantastic. So all I did was, yeah, take the weeds out of that, and then got weeds out of all of this. This bed, of course, had plenty of them in there, but overall, I mean, everybody just looks so much better, so clean. And then I got in here, and this had been just an absolute disaster all up and through here. So I got that cleaned up, makes me feel better. Now, between my little limes and my firelights, where my edges of nights are, right in this area, that is still a hot mess. I'm gonna save that for another day. I'll come back like I did today, early in the morning, and then just tackle it. So that's for another day. I started, y'all know me, right? I say, okay, we're gonna do this. And then I get a little distracted and I keep on going. And it's like, no, that's not the point of the day. So I had to stay focused. And so that's what, I reined it in, and Jerry would be proud of me. Got done what I needed to do. Two more things that I'm gonna do right quick. One, I am going to put down some preen. Preen is a pre-emergent. What that means is it simply stops seeds from germinating. Where am I gonna put it? Well, that's an excellent question. I am only gonna put it in two places. One, along the gravel. So underneath this gravel, this is decorative gravel, you will see right here, we have landscape, thank you, Brenna. We have landscape, yes, great demonstration. Okay, thank you. we have landscape fabric under here. And so this is why I tell you not to use landscape fabric in your flower beds. Here, what it does is it keeps my rocks, my gravel from being absorbed into my natural soil. You saw how many weeds were growing on top of this, in this gravel and on top of this landscape fabric. Landscape fabric will not stop the weeds, they just simply grow on top of it. So we're gonna put down some preen, so that will get me through the rest of the growing season, and yeah, we'll prevent the weeds from germinating. On the back of, right here on the side rather, it lists all of the plants that you can use preen around. I am going to go ahead and reapply some preen in the zinnia bed so that weeds don't come up there. My zinnias will be fine because they are listed on here. The only reason that I am putting preen, a pre-emergent, in my garden boxes is because that box has the daughter seed in it, and I don't want it to germinate and spread along with other weeds. I'm getting ready to plant sunflower seeds in this box. Am I going to use pre-emergent? Absolutely not, because if I do, then all my little beautiful seeds right here will not germinate. So only use it where you're not trying to germinate seeds or you want try to control some weeds. Now, what we're going to do is in that flower bed garden box, we are going to go ahead and plant a beautiful assortment of sunflower seeds. Here I have all the containers of, I think it's probably every pro-cut sunflower that's out there. But again, I get all my seeds from Johnny's Selected Seeds. They are just an amazing company. Anybody can buy from them. Great shipping, really nice selection of both organic and non-organic, just non-GMO, everything you imagine, they have it. The Pro-Cut series is a wonderful single stem variety. So this is Pro-Cut Red Lemon Bicolor. We've got Plum, we've got Horizon. I mean, there's just tons of them in there. So what I did is I got one of Brenna's little liver, she loves chicken livers, container, clean, obviously, threw all the seeds in there and mixed them up. So what I'm gonna do is just then plant about 3 rows in here, and I'm gonna do them kind of close to each other. The sunflowers will be ready in anywhere from 50 to 60 days. So that is perfect for me. This is the beginning of August, so that will be in like beginning of October into mid-October. So that is perfect. And I'll have a beautiful assortment of sunflowers that I can either leave or I can cut. I can do whatever I want to with, but it'll put something in this bed that will be nice and pretty. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, my friends, so today's project is complete. I feel fantastic. We got the sunflowers in the ground. We got the preen down so we can prevent any more weeds from coming up. Great day in the garden. I feel very, very accomplished. Jerry has sent Jackson down. He's like, I need you. So I am on my way up to production, the construction zone, to see what is going on there. We're gonna bring you an update on that because things are happening rapidly up there. Can't wait to show you all of the different changes that are happening up at production. But as always, I hope you have found this fun, informative, and inspirational. Get out there in the garden. Even if you have to get out there at 7 o'clock in the morning to beat the heat, get out there, do a project. Even if it's like you're gonna set your clock for 5 minutes to weed one little tiny area. Do it. You will feel so much accomplished because you set a goal and you accomplish that goal. So it doesn't matter if you have 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 50 minutes, or 5 hours. Set a little goal, get it accomplished. You will feel great and your garden will be very grateful for that as well. We so appreciate you. You have a great day. See you in the next video. Bye, friends.